and welcome to the Family Tech Talk podcast,
where we offer tech tips,
give parenting advice,
and discuss the latest tech news
that can help you manage the technology in your home.
We are your hosts. I'm Emily.
And I'm Sarah. You can learn more about us on our website, FamilyTechZone.com.
Thank you for joining us for this week's episode.
Today we are talking about
bad and good screen time.
Bad and good screen time. Because I really feel like screen time gets a bad rap.
It does. It really, really does.
Yeah.
I'm watching on the TV right now that nobody can see.
Right.
There's a show called The 90s. It's on Netflix.
Oh, I love those.
And so I just started it, and they're doing the first episode on TV, I think, and the first part of it was like, TV is awful, like that big movement.
Oh, right. There was a whole TV will rot your brain.
Yes, exactly.
And everything.
So yeah, screen time, horrible rip.
Huge bad rap. And I feel like it doesn't get enough of praise for the good things that it can do.
Oh, yes.
Because there's so much good.
So much good.
And I've mentioned this in the podcast before, but my son, when he was little, his preschool teachers were like, what the heck are you doing with this genius boy?
No.
Literally, he just plays on the computer. It's fine.
I don't know. He sits there and it's on. And
and the computer taught him his letters, and it's all good.
It was the computer, not me.
Right.
I don't do
nothing. Anything. But yeah, my kids are very, very smart, but I've never limited screen. Good. They have time limits and things, but they can earn more screen time.
If they're chores and stuff.
Yeah, and it was funny is my friend, this is slightly off topic, my friend had commented a long time ago, she's like, you can tell the kids that never get to watch TV and the ones that do get to watch TV. She's like, in my house, we had the TV on, and a couple of other kids that were all playing over there were just glued to it.
Yeah.
And and my kids, background noise,
Well, and I think I brought that up on a previous one too, where we have one set of nieces and nephews who can't play video games. They barely got their first console, and then the other set who's grown up with it.
Yeah.
And you can tell. There's the set that doesn't have video games. When Ben comes around, because Ben's a big gamer, they're like, oh my gosh, Uncle Ben, let me talk Zelda and this and that, and it's all they talk about.
Right.
Where there's that a little bit in the other set, but it's not as much.
Right.
So there's definitely that division of never or always or something. Yeah.
And you can tell these people have a good grasp on it, and these people not so much.
Yeah.
So let's run down some good screen time.
Yeah.
What do you have for good screen time?
So a couple of thoughts that I had when we did initially tech age, what age they should get technology. They the smart people of the world, I don't remember
those folks,
came out and said an hour a day for toddlers or whatever. They specifically said not learning activities and homework doesn't count towards that.
Right.
So I think part of that limitations is you can still have that, but there's a ton of learning apps. I know there's a new post on Family Tech Zone that I saw about preschool, online preschool and stuff. I don't know.
Oh, it was written a while ago.
Oh, it's fine.
I have automatic stuff.
See, there you go. I just saw it though.
It's sweet. Yeah. Online preschool is great. I totally just wrote that post. I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway.
ABC Mouse is basically what I was talking about in that post. And that's a really good place for them to learn a ton of fundamental skills.
Yeah.
When they go in for their kindergarten test, they'll test them on the ABCs and things like that, and they should already know all of that, and I feel.
To be fair, as parents, we should be able to teach them that, but there's times that you just are go do something that's away from me.
Right.
So have them go do something that's going to help them learn.
Right. Yeah. So educational, that's exactly what I had first.
Yes.
So YouTube, Netflix, Sesame Street's on. Science, you can find science experiments on YouTube. Those are great. Coding, obviously, huge benefit to use on screen time.
And there's 50 million, I feel websites that'll help you learn coding.
Yeah, so, there's a ton.
Yeah.
And then keyboarding, I think, is I always say that the most important skill I learned in school was how to type.
That didn't even cross my mind, but it's true because we had a class.
Yeah.
Like I was still in that generation of, we're going to teach you how to type in school.
Yeah.
Where now it's expected.
Yeah.
So they're going to need that
It's even
skill.
like in elementary school.
Yeah.
Like for me, so I was in junior high and I had just moved from one junior high to the other. And so all the electives were full basically.
Oh.
And so I was like, what about this? What about this? Like it didn't fit into my schedule and they were full and whatever. And so like it was literally my like last, okay, what about keyboarding?
Fine.
Yeah. And I am so grateful to this day that I took that. Because, again, it was not pushed. I mean, I'm even way older than you, as we have found in other episodes.
All the movies.
All of the movies. And it was definitely not pushed. Like, this was like my last resort elective.
Like, fine, I'll take keyboarding.
Fine. It was on like a DOS computer and everything.
Did you we had the cardboard boxes with the cloth over it, so that we couldn't see our hands as we were typing.
I don't think we had that.
Yeah, that was how, fun fact, I got a Holy Cow award for my keyboarding class because I typed 120 words per minute.
Holy cow.
I retested.
Do you still test that?
It's like 110 now. If I get,
good.
it's just,
I'm between like 75 and 80.
Yeah,
so, like,
but that's like
amazing.
a focus.
Yeah.
Like I sometimes get into, I mean, I've gotten as low as like 90.
It's just, when I'm like having an off
But
day.
like, when I like mistakes and stuff. No, but I'm a professional keyboardist. That makes it sound like pianist to me, but whatever.
It's all good.
Anyway.
But yeah, so keyboarding.
Yeah.
Like they have really fun ones. Dance mat typing is the one they use like in school.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds
I don't look
fun.
it's still like it's cute and whatever.
I like it.
And there's like a whole Mickey Mouse adventure typing one.
Oh,
like,
that's super cool.
Yeah, there's a ton of ones you can choose from now. So yeah, and then I also really like this use of screen time. And I've always wanted to create this app. Feel free to take this app idea and run with it if you would like. Because
you want it in the world.
I want it in the world, yeah. And I have no time to make it. So, like, and especially, like, things have come, because I've wanted this for years and years and years, but things have come out that, like, would really help this out. So, like, Google Lens.
Okay.
So, I want a field journal app.
Ooh.
So, I'm out with my kids, like, on a nature walk. We take a picture of this, like, leaf.
And it'll tell you.
And then it'll tell you, like, what it's from, and then you can, like, add it to your field journal and write something up about it. I know, wouldn't it be really cute?
Awesome.
Yeah, they have, like, it's getting there, but it's not, like, exactly what I would hope for, like, a field journal app.
And I say we tried to use Google Lens for, like, a tree once. We were up at the Mount Timpanogos Temple, and they have really pretty trees, and we were like, what is this tree?
Yeah.
And it didn't tell us. So that would have been perfect.
I know, right? Well, this would use Google Lens or something, some sort of technology like that. But like, you know, you see a bird and like you take a picture, and then like the picture's automatically added to your field journal, and then you can write about like where you found it and like what you were doing.
I'm gonna make this app.
You should make this app.
I don't have any time, but when I do,
somebody make the app.
Somebody make it for us.
So, but I mean, like you can cobble something together through OneNote or something like that.
Attach it.
Yeah. So like that kind of stuff is like a really cool use of screen time when you're still out interacting with your environment, but like you're augmenting that reality.
Whoa.
To learn more.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I like that a lot.
So anything else with educational?
Well, we're going to make this educational. I'm a crafter. Like 100%.
Oh, yeah. You know what? We'll get right into that. Okay, we'll go with that in a minute.
Okay, then I'll hold off on
Hold off on the crafting.
Hold off on the crafting.
Okay. But productivity, I feel like.
Oh, yes.
Next.
Okay, we can totally. I, in my life, really want like a foldable Post-it note stand that just follows me around that I can just put Post-it notes on me to remind me. That's what I've always wanted.
Okay.
But then I found to-do lists on my phone. Because they're not always like things I need to do. Don't you? Best image ever.
Right?
They're like notes where I'm like, just a little fresh. That then maybe shrinks up a little bit. And but like my to-do list is like, it's fine. It's like things I need to look up, things I need to remember.
What to-do list driver are you using?
Well, right now I'm using, I forgot what it is. Tell me what you are. I think it's TikTok.
It looks like TickTick.
It's probably TickTick.
Yeah, I use TickTick.
Okay, it's TickTick.
Yeah.
Because
TickTick is the best.
I rotate.
Yeah.
And so I love this one now. Because it's all I do is I'm like, Like, there's a thing, we went to a vet and they told me what food to look for, so I wrote it down so I knew that I needed to go look at it and then I can cross it off.
Right.
So I love
that. I love that.
I know,
and what I love about TickTick too is it can you can create to-dos and set them for no date.
Yes.
And like have them on a list that doesn't show in like your today.
Yeah.
You know, so like today is like the actual things I need to do today.
And then
but then I have a ton of different lists that don't like pull into that.
Yeah.
Where I can like put food and
Halloween
like,
decorations. That's exactly what I did when we were trying to decide what we wanted to do to decorate. I made a Halloween decorations one, threw everything in there.
It's perfect.
I love it. I actually really like TickTick.
I know, I do too. It's super robust. Love TickTick. And I've created an IFTTT. So if I say, I shouldn't say it, but like,
that was needed.
Okay, Google, I need to record my podcast.
Okay, I'll add record my podcast to TickTick.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I programmed it so when I say I need to,
it knows that it needs to go to.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, so productivity is a huge,
Yep.
good screen time thing.
Oh, it's amazing. It keeps me on track. So my brain feels freer now that I'm not trying to remember every little thing and I don't have my friendly Post-it stand yet.
Right. If I don't put something on my to-do list, it's not happening.
I will forget about it in 5 seconds.
Yeah. Like if you ask me to do something and you don't see me write it on my to-do list,
stare at you until you write it.
Right. Like, so when are you going to open up your phone?
So are you going to, your phone?
Get that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Habit tracking is another really cool thing that you can do with screen time. We should do a whole productivity.
We should.
I don't think we've done a productivity.
I don't think we have either.
Yeah, let's do that. Not next week because we already have a plan for next week.
We have a fun one for next week.
And then the week after. Okay. Keep track of schoolwork.
Oh, yeah.
Notes.
Yes.
Like Keep.
I love Keep. That's the other one. Those are my two, Keep and TickTick.
Yeah, me too. So let's talk about creativity.
Oh, yes, mine.
Creativity with good screen time.
So I like crafts, as I've said. Weird. I like do everything, so it's really hard to pick something. But for quilting, because I have a quilt going on right now, we'll talk about that. There are actually a ton of apps for quilting, surprisingly enough. Yeah. So I feel like I'm going to go on a weird tangent really fast.
Tangent away.
So a big popular company is Missouri Star Quilting Company. It was started in Missouri by a lady who wanted to help people get tutorials. Started off on YouTube. That's actually where she's going. Sarah's sleeping.
Keep going. It's great. Those of you who are crafting will be super into it.
Everybody, I'll try to make it fast for everybody else who's not.
I'm totally kidding.
It's fine.
Okay.
Started on YouTube.
Missouri crafting, yeah.
Yeah, so that was her big thing was she posted on YouTube. She now has an app for all her tutorials.
Cool.
You can get her books. They do magazines, quarterly magazines. You can get that all there.
Yeah.
There's apps for like designing quilts. So I found a quilt that I wanted to make. Didn't buy the pattern. Can't find the pattern now anywhere. So I figured it out, and I have an app for that. So like that is quilting. Everything else though I've looked the same. Like you can find pretty much anything that you want.
Instructables is a really good one, especially for like DIY home projects and things like that. I've looked up how to build like a fire pit outside and things like that. But
Instructable's huge. At Pinterest. I'm just gonna like Pinterest.
Of course.
That's like my go-to for anything. I like forgot that I could Google like crafting things because I always just go to Pinterest first. So Pinterest is there.
Yeah, for sure. So those are all good. Again, coding because you can create like all sorts of cool apps and whatever. For my daughter, art. So like so
many art.
Yeah, when you are into art, you have like a limited amount of utensils that you can use, but like on a tablet
you can like
there's
use any
colors that like you don't have to mix colors. Like it's all
you can like choose and stuff,
and you don't make a mess, which is my favorite part.
It's all clean. You don't paper and paint. It's not out.
Yeah. So like she got a tablet for her for Christmas last year.
Okay.
That came with the stylus.
Nice.
Because that's like, and she's on it
all the time. And I like art, like paper and pen art, because I'm very bad at digital art.
Sure.
But that's like a big thing. Being able to do digital art is going to be able to take her I'm going to say way more than classic art, but
True.
Because there's a lot of stuff that can tie into.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. She's learning that as well.
Right. Yeah. So that kind of ties into educational, but very creative.
Yeah.
You can make videos.
What? Weird.
I know.
And podcasts. Crazy.
All the time, my daughter's like, "Oh, I should make a podcast." I'm like, "Yes,
Just do it.
do it. I will give you all the tools
Here,
you need.
we have it. We're ready.
We have it ready to go." But so yeah, these are all like really cool creative outlets that you can use screen time for. Yeah. And then you know what? Social can be good.
It can be good.
It's not always good,
No, it's not.
but it can be.
And it's interesting that we timed this. We didn't time this, but we
Yeah.
just got off of a 10-day fast
Oh,
from social
yeah.
media. And so it's funny to come back because that was based on the bad side of social media,
Yeah.
which there is. Like,
Totally.
I am a scroller of hours.
Right.
And so that was good to kind of refocus. But there's a lot of good things you can get from social media.
Yep.
You can interact with friends and family. I get actually a lot of crafting ideas. If it's not Pinterest, it's Facebook or Instagram from other people. So I think you're right. Social media, like as bad as some people, like, and it can be.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good that can come from it.
There
as
is. You know, I mean, when I was a kid, in the dark ages.
In the dark ages. Did you have electricity?
My kids have asked me that
Have
once.
they really?
Yeah. Like, I'm not that old. Come on, people.
Oh, that's so funny.
But like we would pass notes, like literal notes.
I pass notes. Let's be real. It's
Yeah.
not, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So social media has really been around forever.
Right.
But
It's
like
just
it's
now-
just changed.
Yeah.
Like 'cause they're not going to be passing notes. They're going to be sending each other texts
Right.
and Marco Polos and whatever.
Fun fact. This is my
fact.
second fun fact of this one.
Sweet.
I
Fun fact.
got my first phone in high school.
Right.
It was a very small
'Cause she's so
Sprint
young.
because I'm so young. I racked up like $80 worth of text fees that first month because I didn't know.
Right.
It was when you had to pay
for text. Yeah.
and they were like cents. So the fact that I had like $80 onto it, my mom was pissed.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, but she did. I remember she was able to call. My mom's in the military. She was an Army person. She was a lieutenant colonel, which is high for anybody who doesn't know what an Army ranks. So she called and like chewed out the Sprint rep of like how I shouldn't be allowed to get to text and all this stuff.
Right.
And
it
they
should
waived the
automatically
fees.
shut it down or whatever.
And they waived the fees, but
Oh, that was nice.
yeah, $80 first month of having a phone.
Well done. Well
Thanks.
done.
Thanks. I was destined for technology.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yes, you were. Anything else about the good, do you think?
No, I think we
covered
covered.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, what's number the bad?
Oh, social media is the first one. And
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that for me, I guess there's two things for me for social media. One's the addictive nature of it.
Yes, for sure.
And there's studies and there's everything of how you can scroll for hours and it's like the slot machines.
Yeah.
So you just sit there and you're scrolling and every once in a while you'll get the endorphin hit of something funny or something good.
Yeah.
And then you're scrolling hours.
Yeah.
So I think that's the big, like, making sure that you and your kids and everything can manage that time.
Yeah.
Because that's where I get in the trap is like, I just sit there and
Right. And that's what, like, really any of these,
Yeah.
could, like, so games, social media,
Yeah.
just time wasters, YouTube, everything it's okay,
it's, yeah,
but in moderation.
right. Make sure that you're not that's not your life.
Yeah. No, keep going.
The second one for me, the big one is the comparison. And as adults and as women, that's kind of where I think where the whole 10 days thing stemmed from is there's a easy way to like, you're there and you're comparing yourself to what's
you're like,
happening.
oh my gosh, this girl's life is so perfect. Why does my life suck?
Why? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have any problems, but you're just seeing
You're seeing the one,
Staged.
the like one good out of the 10 bad.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that is hard to compare. So I'd say like a good way to tell if it's bad screen time. And we've kind of hit on these in a previous podcast, but if they're getting quickly frustrated or angry, if there's a change in personality.
I just pictured certain husbands getting mad at video games.
So doesn't happen? What are you talking
What
about?
do you mean?
I don't know where I got this list from. And if they're showing signs of addiction.
Yes. Yeah.
All those
are good ways to see.
Yeah. And we have a whole podcast on addiction. So check that one out.
Do it.
Cool. So do you have anything else about good versus bad screen time?
No, I think that was about it.
Okay, so with the good versus evil,
yes,
Emily had a great idea that we should do the top 5 villains.
So I had this idea, and then I went to actually think of my top 5 villains, and I couldn't think of any. Like, I knew there were some, but I was like,
it was a little hard.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because and we'll kind of go into this a little bit, there's some that I was like, oh, that's a really good villain, but they're better in the book or than they were in the movie. And so I tried to keep it. There's one that I fudged a little bit, 1 or 2, where I tried to keep it movie related.
Yeah, so that was my thing. I'm like, should I encompass TV shows and movies? I limited it to just movies. Yep. I also, you know me, I always have criteria.
Extra criteria.
Right, my extra criteria that I put on myself, that they're manipulative, cunning, planning, they seek for power, and there's no redemptive qualities.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, there is no redemption for my villains.
I don't know, we'll see. I always like to compare mine to yours and see.
I know.
And see if they fit. Okay, you can go first.
Okay, President Snow.
Oh,
from the Hunger Games.
Yeah, that's a good one. He's scary.
Yeah, and he's just cunning and manipulative and puts all his pawns in place and
I always remember, I don't know if this is from the book or the movie, it's probably the book because I picture it more, but he had sores.
Yeah. He did.
And
that, not in the movie, but
freaks me out.
Yeah. So that's my number 5 villain, President Snow.
You're gonna love my number 5. Okay. I'm so excited about this one.
Okay.
They're not technically. It's a grouping.
Okay.
And they're technically not the evil in this movie.
Okay.
The raptors from Jurassic Park.
I love that you tied into Jurassic Park somehow, some way.
I had to. I was discussing it with Ben. And he technically was he said the T-Rex of Jurassic Park. And I was like, no.
No, yeah,
Rexy
T-Rex
saves the day at the end.
Yeah.
And then it was but the raptors.
Because
they're smart.
Yeah.
They can open doors.
Cunning.
Seek
for power.
And
there's no redemptive qualities.
They're terrifying. Yeah. And it's not like the T-Rex where if you sit still, they won't see you. She won't see you. They're
smart.
They're just smart.
Yeah.
So that was my number 5.
I love it. Love it. Okay, number 4 for me is Scar from The Lion King.
I almost had Scar, so that we kept talking about Scar as I was discussing.
I had him off the list for a little while, but then I ended up adding him and taking somebody else. When I got the manipulative and planning, and cunning, they're very charismatic, but cunning.
Scar fits.
Scar totally fits, and a couple of the other ones that I had on there didn't fit anymore. So, so then Scar got promoted because he fit really well with my criteria.
I told Ben I was going to quote him, and now I actually get to. He said, "If anybody kills Mufasa, anybody who kills Mufasa is a great villain,
right?
of anything,
right?"
So,
obviously.
Yeah, Scar's a good one.
I
killed Mufasa. Okay, so my number 4, it's very tiny. I wrote
mine on a Post-it note. I was like, why is your phone backwards?
Because I wrote them on a Post-it note as I was doing stuff. So Silva from Skyfall, the James Bond movie, it's the one, spoiler alert, where M dies.
It's fine, yeah. Skyfall's really old, so.
It's really old.
I mean, not old.
I know, but in movie
not
terms.
Not me old.
But it's always, there are 2 villains that scare me. The ones who think they're good.
Yeah.
Or the ones who once were good, and so they know your secrets. And that's the Silva one, where he was part of MI6, but then kind of became evil, I can't think of the word, extremist.
Okay.
And then tries to go against James Bond and against MI6. And so you're competing with someone who knows how you think, who knows how you act.
Yeah.
And I think and he was just terrifying to me because of that.
That's good.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Number 3, Commodus from Gladiator.
Okay. That was another one, but it's been 20 years since I've seen Gladiator, so I didn't put it on.
I mean, he kills his own dad, suffocates him in his chest, and is just, when you're like, ick.
Yeah. You know? I remember that, just being, no, not about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And in order, like, because he's the top dog, and it would be really hard to bring him down.
It would be really hard to bring him down.
Yeah.
My number 3 is it's not like a stretch, but it's a movie not a lot of people have seen.
Okay.
It's Colonel Jessup from A Few Good Men.
Oh,
So, Army brat. Love military movies. And A Few Good Men, it's where Tom Cruise is a lawyer, and you can't, yes. And he comes in and he has to defend these 2 Marines who killed another Marine, and he finds that there's this plot kind of in there. And the Colonel Jessup, I guess there's 3 things that scares me about people like villains. He's in power and he can make changes to things so that what he did didn't happen.
Right.
So that's a whole part of it where he makes changes to flight logs from the Air Force to act like the plane that was there wasn't actually there.
Right.
And so he just has that power and that cunning and manipulative.
Yeah, like with Commodus, you know.
Yeah.
Like, he can make stuff happen.
And so that it either didn't happen or whatever.
Right.
And so that's really terrifying to me.
Yeah.
So that's a good movie if you haven't seen it. You should watch
It is a really good movie.
It is rated R, so watch it on TV. Yeah. For the swear words.
Sure, it's good. Okay, my number 2 is Sauron.
Ooh, I didn't put Sauron
You
down.
didn't put
What?
Sauron?
Ooh.
And I debated between doing Sauron or Saruman because you don't see a lot of Sauron.
You don't.
And so it's hard to be like super terrified of this big giant eye.
Right.
You know.
Because he's not very active in the Lord of the Rings. I'm a little jealous you put Sauron
But
down.
he manipulates all of the players. So he's the reason Saruman is the way he is. He's the reason the Witch King is the way he is. Like, so he's the head honcho
of
bad
everything.
guy. So like he's not necessarily like cunning in the way that like he's, you know, attractive and that, but he's very manipulative and can get people to do what he wants to do.
I'm like super jealous that you put him down because I didn't even really think of him. Dang it. So I'm losing my nerd cred.
Right?
Well, I'll gain it back with this one.
Okay.
Joker. Specifically from The Dark Knight.
I had him on my list.
Did you?
But he was removed because of the manipulative cunning.
Yes. Okay, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
But the Joker is and I used Heath Ledger because he's the scariest one so far that I've seen ever in my life.
Yeah.
Um,
And so Trevor got mad because
You took-
in the animated series, Luke Skywalker.
Yes.
Who plays
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill, who's the Joker. He's way worse than Heath Ledger's Joker. But I had Heath Ledger's Joker
and again,
on my list.
I try to keep things where, yes, I'd agree, but I haven't seen the animated series in years, and so I feel like I wouldn't be able to talk about it.
Right.
So I'm encompassing all Jokers, specifically Heath Ledger, because he has nothing to lose.
Right.
And he's literally crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you could do anything and he wouldn't care.
Right.
It's just a game to him.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Yeah, he was on my list.
He was on.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, we're ready for number 1?
Number 1.
Number 1. Okay. I debated on this one because I originally had Darth Vader.
Ooh.
But I traded him out for Palpatine.
Okay. I don't have Palpatine on my list, but I'm really excited to talk about this because Ben, he would have been on my list.
Yeah.
But Ben argued him off of my list.
Interesting.
And I'm a little upset about it because I really wanted to talk about Star Wars.
Well, see, you can talk about it.
So I'll talk about it with you.
Yeah, perfect.
You go.
So Palpatine is, again, with the whole Saruman thing.
Yep.
He made Darth Vader. He manipulated Anakin so much that he became Darth Vader.
And if you watch, I'm going to give a pitch and a plug or whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
The Clone Wars, the animated cartoon.
Yes.
I don't care
Which you love.
what everybody says. I love it.
Yes.
And I think it gives you the glimpse that you need between Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith to watch the fall of Anakin.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the best. And you see Palpatine, because I'm really excited. I'm getting goosebumps. Palpatine. You see him manipulate Anakin into Vader. So it's not just the sudden, like, oh, no, he's Vader.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so that's why it's Palpatine, because he is really the driving force.
Yes.
Behind the whole thing. And so people always think like Darth Vader is this like massive villain, No, the real villain is Palpatine. Yeah.
And he could have won. He, like, no matter what happens in that war, the battle, he would have won because he had Separatist and...
Yeah, he was playing both sides.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
He really wanted
He did want the way...
The Empire.
Yes. So I really love that you put that. That makes me really excited.
I think I know what your number one's going to be, though.
I don't know. This one's...
Okay.
Okay, so this is the one that I fudged a little bit.
Okay.
Where I think he is my ultimate villain in general.
Okay.
But it encompasses the books, the TV shows, and the movies.
Okay.
Moriarty from Sherlock Holmes.
Did not see that coming.
Who did you... Okay, well, let me talk, and then we'll see. I want to know who you thought I was going to put, though.
Voldemort.
Oh, that's the one that book. Movie Voldemort doesn't... I'm like, eh.
It's not that scary.
But book Voldemort, I totally would have put down.
Interesting.
So...
Okay, good to know.
But Moriarty...
Moriarty's good. Like, well, and especially in the BBC Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Super good Moriarty there.
It's so good. And Moriarty, I did a little research because I wanted to kind of get the generalization of Moriarty.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to be that. He just was supposed to be a character so that Doyle could kill off Sherlock Holmes and not write any more stories.
Sure.
But he became like Sherlock, only evil.
Right.
And so he's cunning. He's super smart.
Yeah.
Sherlock loses to him a couple times. Moriarty, I just think he is the ultimate, like, scary person to me.
Really good.
I know. I'm a little sad, though, that I didn't have Palpatine. I should have left Palpatine.
Palpatine, I know.
But Moriarty's
good. Moriarty's good. Yeah, I thought for sure it'd be Voldemort.
Yeah, again, the movie one, book one, and had I gone books, I probably would have gone Umbridge instead of Voldemort. She is the teacher who comes in, oh gosh, 5th year.
Oh, yeah, I'm not very
Maybe
good with Harry Potter knowledge.
Yeah, I feel bad that I don't remember what book she is. But she comes in and she's like super frilly and super girly, but she's all about like, she tortures Harry, makes him write, and it like comes out of the blood in his hand, and it's super creepy.
That sounds right. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, good. So next week, we're not pushing out of the jar because Emily had a fantastic idea.
Ta-da!
What's your idea?
We are going to do tech horror stories and how to stop them from happening to you.
Yes.
Because if there's something I know, it is tech horror. And I've actually got a lot of, like, good ones.
Good.
And I'm really excited about it.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, and then obviously we're going to do top 5 Halloween movies.
Top 5 Halloween. I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday.
Do you really?
Yeah.
It's my least favorite holiday. I hate Halloween.
Get out. Just kidding.
That's it.
That's it. We're done.
We're done here. All right. Well, don't forget to subscribe, and hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave us a comment, like, do all of the above.
Talk to us.
Share. Yeah. Share it. Super good. Okay. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.